Good morning to each and everyone. I'm Arafat M. Pangandaman, and so now I'm going to share the three different Australian English, American English, and British English. Focus to vocabulary and their pronunciation. They are the same English but different pronunciation. So I will show pictures of how they pronounce and their country. So let's start. So the first picture I will show is uh, in the US they call it chips. In Australia they call it chips. And in the UK they call it crisps. Crisps. And the next picture in the UK they call it chips. Chips. In the US they call it French fries or fries. In Australia they call it chips or hot chips. And the next picture in the UK they call it sweets. Sweets. And in Australia they call it lollies. Lollies. And in US they call it candy. Candy. So let's proceed to the next picture again. In the UK they call it a flat. Flat. So in Australia they call it apartment. Apartment. And in the US they call it also apartment. Apartment. So and let's proceed to the next picture again. This picture they call it in US they call it gas station. A gas station. So in Australia they call it petrol station. A petrol station. So in the UK they also call it petrol station. A petrol station. So let's proceed to the next picture again. These in US they call it flip flops. Flip flops. So in UK they also call it flip flops. Flip flops. So in Australia they call it thongs. Thongs. So let's proceed to the next picture. In the UK they call it wheelies. Wheelies. So in Australia they call it gumboots. Gumboots. So in the US they call it rain boots. Rain boots. So let's proceed to the next picture. The picture below they call it in US is they call it grocery store. So in Australia they call it supermarket. Supermarket. So in the UK they also call it's a supermarket. Supermarket. So let's proceed to the other picture. In US they call it a bathroom. And Australia they call it also as bathroom. Bathroom. And the UK they call it toilet. Toilet. So let's proceed to the next picture. In US they call it cookies. And in Australia they call it biscuits. Biscuits. And in the UK they also call it biscuits. Biscuits. So let's proceed to the next picture. In the UK they call it woods. woods. And in Australia they call it forest, forest. And in the US they also call it forest. So this is the maybe the last pictures I will show. In UK they call it trousers. It's a trousers. So in Australia they call it pants, a pants, and in US they also call it a pants also, a pants. So thank you for watching, and that's all I want to share you about the three countries that I share to how they pronounce and their different countries. Thank you and God bless.